So here we are with the 3 great products now. So we're going to taste from D-Side Smokery, a lovely lady called Serena, right up in the top of Scotland, lives on an estate and uses quite a lot of the game that's on the estate, or what I was sort of talking with her earlier, but sort of the game that's sort of left over, she turns added value, which is what we spoke about earlier.
Yes.
So she makes salami, and so this is a pheasant salami.
Wow.
We're just going to try here.
I've never had pheasant salami. It's terrific. Does everything you'd hope.
Takes
Real
4
flavour.
weeks. I always thought in some mind that sort of salamis and chorizos were sort of cured for months and you know half, but no, 4 weeks. She's taking this meat, curing it, and turning it into this amazing chorizo. Now this is a venison chorizo.
Now let's get one thing clear, because you know your food better than I do by a mile. But one thing I know is languages. It's chorizo or chorizo, but not chorizo. That would be Italian.
And bearing in
And if
mind,
it was Italian, it'd be chorizo.
and as you know, my mother's Spanish
Yeah,
first
I was going to
language,
say,
so
she should tell you it's chorizo. Or
so I've
chorizo
got, I
if you're
have
Castilian.
no excuse at all there.
Really, fine though. The point is, how does it taste?
Now this one I really like.
Oh gosh! No, you see, that's an invention of a whole new food stuff, as far as I'm concerned. Because yes, I mean, I suppose it uses the same technique. It's roughly the same texture as you'd expect from a pork chorizo, but it has that fabulous
That little
depth and
taste at the back of your mouth, really.
yeah, which we call gamey, I suppose, don't we? But and it smells wonderful.
Yeah, no, it is
Perfume.
amazing. And British, so absolutely perfect. So guys, yes, Serena up there, really nice little business in Scotland going there.
It's so interesting that whenever you talk about the food, you talk about the people who make it. And I suppose you asked me for a definition of artisan food. It's that you can connect the food with the people who make it. You know their names. It's amazing.
But I also say as well, is when you know something about the food that you're eating, there is that slightly enhanced pleasure.
Yes, it's like having grown it for yourself.
Yeah, so when you go to the butcher and you buy the meat from the butcher that you've always bought, there's something nice that you bought your meat from John on the high street. You know, you come home, it's safe, you know where it's come from.
Yeah.
And I think when you feel like that with food, or you connect with food, but you have to do it through the people, which is the whole point of the virtual farmers market, is the video side. So, personal favourite of mine here, and I know you, the Molten Mowbray Elizabeth Mrs. King pork pie.
I love it.
And we've got it with the Clippies chili red currant jam on top as well.
Oh, that's good. And the red currant, nicely acidic, not too sweet, because sometimes it's almost like putting jam on these things.
No,
that's
absolutely.
ridiculous. So that's really good.
Mrs. King's family business, 4 or 5 generations in the pie game. Amazing guys. In fact, they've got a stall down at Borough Market, guys. If you're ever down there, definitely worth popping into.
And they actually are from Melton Mowbray?
Yeah, they're certainly up in the north. I can't actually pinpoint.
Leicestershire, say, yeah.
But great family. You know, Ian and his son Luke, always down at the market, they're doing things.
How wonderful. I adore pork pies. I consider myself as a complete pork pie addict. But I never am entirely sure what I'm going to serve a pork pie with, and that's a very good tracklement, as they used to say.
Yes.
That's red currant, because sometimes I think, okay, you know, an onion confit is good, or a standard pickle, like a Yorkshire pickle, or any kind of pickle chutney, a very spicy plum chutney I had once on it, very good, and sometimes mustard, just English mustard, various different types of English mustard, obviously, seed mustards and grain mustards and whatever, or mayonnaise, or salad cream. I'm not embarrassed to admit it.
I discovered, pardon me everyone, sorry, I discovered salad cream recently, after many years ago, in fact in Australia, and then I bought a bottle about 6 months ago. And
it does the business.
It is quite...
With the right foods, there's nothing better.
Let's try and move away from that.
What's this pie
So now
then?
this is Tom's Pies. This is the chorizo, lamb chorizo and chickpea.
Wow. I'll forgive you for saying chorizo again.
Oh, no.
Chickpea. This is an unusual
this
mixture.
is a great company. Tom's done an awful lot of work down in Devon. Great. Been going for about 5 years. Just a really, really nice, honest pie.
It's got, of course, it makes you vaguely think of samosa and various other things, because you're not used to that mixture in a pie, but it works really well, doesn't it?
Really
works really well. It's lovely flavour.
They do 2 or 3 selections in the market, but they do a vegetarian selection as well, actually, which is really nice. So guys, no problems. That was just to double check that was the Clippies red currant jam there, guys. That's really, really great product there. Now, one that you and I, this is the patchwork pâté, brandy and herb.
Ah, so yes, I'm a big fan of patchwork
Mum would not
pâtés,
forgive me for not getting patchwork in here.
This is brandy and
herb chicken liver.
Oh, yes,
the one she started with right back in 30 years ago.
The signature pâté, and it's delicious. It's absolutely perfect, isn't it?
In a chicken breast. Really nice pate. Guys, that stopped us talking for a minute, that one.
That is delicious. It truly is. And it's got the fabulous natural flavour of the liver come through so well. Sometimes, you know, you can get things that are called pate and they're more like a, you know, that they're so creamed and so smooth and so heavy and fudgy almost that they don't really retain
well,
any
what
of the
I like about
elements.
the patchwork pate is it's how pate was made. You know, it's still made in open pans, as you was talking earlier.
Right,
It's still stirred by hand. It's still processed. You know, but at the end, it's made into the pate by hand. And most of the pates you get nowadays are processed. You know, whereas this is, you know, proper
They're more like a terrine, a lot of them actually, aren't they? Yeah.
No, absolutely. But no, guys, that's a great pate, and we do 3 or 4 flavours. There's also a product in the market called pate moi, which is mushroom pate, which, guys, you must check out. Flip does an amazing job with that. That's such a nice mushroom pate as a vegetarian option. So we're just going to take a little break, and we'll be back in a minute. Thank you. So here we are, just going to taste a little combination. Actually, I cooked these last night. This is the Peter Gott pork sausage in Woodbury Blue Farms savoury sauce. There we go. That's
Okay, so it's a sausage in a sauce.
Sausage in a savoury sauce, which we cooked in the oven. But Peter Gott, really nice, proper farmer. You know, he's got the farmer. He sells a lot of his meat through Borough Market. And Blue is a company up in Shropshire. It's a family business. They grow 3 or 4 acres of blueberries.
Oh, right.
They harvest all the blueberries, and each bottle of sauce has actually got the blueberries in the bottle. So there's savoury, sweet, there's all sorts of different ones. But they're a great family up there.
And there's enough fat in the sausage to give it real
perfect.
flavour.
And guys, also through the market as well, I just want to show you here, we do a breakfast box, which is available through Peter Gott. Breakfast, sausage, black pudding, bacon, 6 eggs. And I've had actually people email in saying just how really nice the eggs are. They just, you know, again.
Oh, wonderful.
No, really nice. The breakfast box, guys, worth checking out. So this is the Christmas cakes. We're going to have a little bit of Christmas. So this is from a lovely company called Simply Delicious.
It's got all the layers. There's the icing and there's the marzipan. Nice natural coloured marzipan too, not dyed bright yellow.
Yeah, that's really
There's
nice.
alcohol in there, but not too much.
No.
Just really good.
Perfect. And it's so moist as well.
Really moist.
No, I'm really pleased with that. We've also got Bertree that do sorry, that's Christmas cake.
Yeah.
We have Bertree that do a Christmas pudding as well. So I'm really excited about that little extra range in there. But I'm not a big fan of, you know, having, you know, turning half my website into a Christmas grotto. But I think there's just some standard,
there are things,
some standard things, the cake, the puddings, things like that, a few little chocolate.
And if they're made in the traditional way, which is months ahead, it's certainly in the case of the Christmas pudding.
And these guys are just really nice to deal with, Archie, and I phone them up. They're always happy to help, and a great product. You know, they've really built the business on the back of a great product. The last product we're just going to taste is a chocolate through Paul Young makes it in over in Islington, but it's through a wine. It's actually got a wine in it.
Oh my! It's soft. It's
and the chocolate actually comes shaped like a grape.
Oh, how clever! It's delicious. I've never had anything like it. It's really good. It's so kind of slightly almost moussey. It's not a ganache, but it's quite moussey in the middle. It stays soft.
I will be a little. I'm not a big fan of dark chocolate, but that is actually really nice to eat.
Yeah, it is.
That's really nice. I often find it a bit sharp, dark chocolate. But
it can be over bitter, can't it? And also, of course, the consistency tends to be a bit waxier.
Exactly. So the wine comes up from France. It's imported by a lovely guy in Cornwall. Just an amazing product. My wife being Cornish as well, so
yes,
I'm
that gives you extra
really happy
pleasure.
to help a fellow Cornishman. But guys, definitely check that out. Lots of products in the website to look at. We're just going to take a quick break, clear everything away, and then we'll be back in a minute.